What's going on, everybody? I'm Knives on Mars, and this is Freya. She likes hanging out with me while I do my knife videos, so I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and hope that she doesn't bark during this review. The knife that I'm about to discuss is a knife that's been discussed the world over. I'm not the first person that has ever talked about it, and guaranteed I certainly will not be the last. What's that knife, you ask? The knife that I have in my hand? The Microtech Ultratech. Get out of here. What are you even doing, Microtech? What a nasty, nasty, down to business knife. This is a double action OTF dagger style with a full serration in Bowler M390. This knife is designed really for one thing and one thing only, and that's personal protection. If you've been following me, you understand that I love knives that are geared towards personal protection. I've done some reviews on Bastinelli, I've done some reviews on some fighting style knives from Spyderco, and I was kind of on the fence about whether or not I wanted to do a video on this Ultratech because it's not the only one that I own. I own a number of Ultratechs, but two are just really stand out to me, and both happen to be the Ultratech. I've owned Exo sets in the past. I've owned Diracs in the past. I plan on purchasing an LUDT in the not so distant future, but as far as my money is concerned, the Ultratech by Microtech is really the golden standard. They have set the bar for OTFs. I've handled many OTFs. I know the name of the game, and I always find myself coming back to Microtech. The overall length of this knife when deployed is 8.5 brutal inches. This is a knife that will produce a great amount of fear if in the event you have to use it for some extraneous reason. I do not recommend parrying your apples with this. I do not recommend opening boxes with this particular knife. I do not recommend using it in any other capacity than to thwart the rabid coyote that might be walking down the road, the unwitting assailant that has a death wish. This knife is designed for one thing and one thing only. In this particular blade style. They make many other blade styles, many other colorways. You name it, they will have a knife for even the most discerning of knife collectors. The blade length is 3.44 inches. The cutting edge is 3.125 inches. As I stated earlier, this is a Bowler M390 in a satin finish. And just listen to it. Fires hard. It fires hard. I've owned this knife for 3 years. I EDC it whenever I have the opportunity, depending on what side of town I'm going to, who I think I might encounter, so on and so forth. This is the knife that I carry when I feel like maximum damage must be done. It's a flat blade grind, satin finish. The edge type on this particular knife, which happens to be my favorite of all of the Ultratechs, is a full serration on one side. So you get the dagger on, you get a smooth kind of flat grind on the one side of the knife, and then on the flip side of that coin you get these nasty Microtech serrations. They're known very well for the quality of their serrations. In fact, there's only one knife that I have that has more brutalist serrations than this, and that is my Spyderco Bob Lum. This is a very, very close second. Closed length is 5.06 inches. The handle material is aluminum, and the handle length is exactly 5 inches. It's a big knife. One of the things that I love about it is that it's just so streamlined. It's very modern. The thumb ramp catches every single time, without a doubt. It's got a tungsten carbide glass breaker on the end. Smash through some windows if you have to. But it can also be used to strike as a kubaton. There is an incredible clip on the back that has never lost any of its integrity, and I carry it a lot. I'm really proud to own this knife. It's black, it's 3.6 ounces, and it means business. It's tip down carry, deployment is rapid. You can have it on the strike in absolutely no time. Look, as you all know, I love my knives. I absolutely love styling them with what I'm wearing, where I'm going. It's this whole new element to EDC that knives provide. And if you don't own a Microtech and you're thinking about buying your first one, honestly, I wouldn't go with anything other than the Ultratech. Dish the extra $120. Don't get the 85. Don't get the 70. Don't get the SOCOM Elite. Those are all fine knives, and they all have their form and function. I understand you might be on the fence because, oh, you live in a state that doesn't allow carry this, that, or the other. But look, as far as Microtech is concerned, this is their signature series. I'm not in a hurry to buy other Microtechs. I already own a few of these. And the Ultratech is really the only one that I go back to looking at. Do I need the Tanto style? Do I need the drop point? I mean, I don't know. But this is the knife that you need to own if you buy a Microtech. This is the Microtech Ultratech Satin Bowler M390. They're expensive, I'm not gonna lie. Let me just check my notes. I think this one in particular is $325. You can find them on the aftermarket. They're not gonna be much cheaper. They tend to hold their value. People don't generally let them go once they purchase them. And then if you even are crazier and you make exorbitant amounts of money, you can get into the Marfion class where you're dealing with Damascus and precious metals and so on and so forth. But me, working class schlub that I am, $325. It was a tough one to fork over, but I have absolutely no regrets. This is the Microtech Ultratech serrated in Bowler M390. Go get you one. Scrounge up that change and go get you one. I'm Knives on Mars. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, and share. It would mean the world to me. I'm making good strides in the community. I'm looking for sponsors. I'm looking to get some cool stuff, to do some raffles. But currently, I don't have that at my disposal. So if you know people, send them my way. Tell everybody that there's a new kid in town. I appreciate you guys. I wish nothing but the best of luck for anybody out there, especially those of you who are supporting my cause. Appreciate you guys. Go get you one. Stop playing around.